Hey there, Titans, and welcome back to another Titan Academy video. Today we'll be talking about the signature field in Titan Web. First, we'll show you an example of how a signature field can be used as an interactive field in DocGen. Then we'll show you how to configure company mode for your signature, which essentially adds a stamp to the background of your signature field. And finally, we'll show you how you can push your signature field to Salesforce as rich text or as HTML. Let's get started. So the first thing I want to demonstrate here, I have here a form that is a scholarship application, and as the student runs through the form, they have to fill out different info. And at the end of the form, we are generating a document. Now this document is a good example of how you can use your signature field because we have here an interactive signature field that is being used on the document itself. And we're going to be able to sign this document once it loads up for us here. All right, so if we scroll down, we'll find our signature field, and here we can sign. We'll have this click to sign option, and we can sign right in on it and confirm, and we can decide what we want to do with this. If we wanted to push it to Salesforce or email it. We'll cover more what you can do with documents when we learn more about document generation in a separate course. But just an example, this is a signature field, and it's an interactive signature field, and it allows me to add this to my document and have my end user sign on it. Just to show you, in terms of the DocGen settings, in order to manipulate the positioning and all of that, the styling of this on the document, you can do that right over here, and we'll cover this more in depth when we cover document generation in Titan Web. The next thing I want to take a look at is company mode, and if you tick this checkbox, you'll be presented with a number of fields that you can fill out, such as company name, registration number, and company registration number. And if I save this and preview it, you'll see that the data that I've entered there, static, is appearing here as a background or as a stamp. And I can now sign on top of this, and I have my company stamp in the background. Now I can also run a Salesforce get to populate those company details. And so here I have a get already set up pulling details from account. And if you look at my mapping here, I have the attributes of company name, label registration number, and company registration number, and I can map this directly from Salesforce, and I can choose to use any fields that I want. I am just using account name, account ID, and account number. You probably wouldn't be using an actual ID from Salesforce here, but just as an example, if I run this get, you'll see that that data will come directly from Salesforce, and now I can sign on top of this. All right. Now the next thing that we want to take a look at, and I'm actually going to turn off company mode for this, is pushing our signature field as a HTML or into a rich text field in Salesforce. So I've already got this push set up as well, but I'll show you how I've configured it. So I've got a push for contact, and my mapping, I'm mapping a first name and a last name. We can of course have any first name and last name we want here. This is just for the example. The important part is I have a rich text field on my contact object, and I can map here either the normal signature field or the signature HTML. What I want here is the signature HTML in order so that I can see this in Salesforce in a rich text field. So I'll go ahead and click apply, next, and save, and apply. And now I'll sign something over here, and we'll push this as HTML. And now let's head over to Salesforce and we'll refresh. And as you can see, I've got my contact right here. And if I scroll down to my rich text field, I can see the rich text signature that I just had in my project. And so this is a really nice functionality, and you can actually save people's signatures inside Salesforce if you'd like. And so I would say the main usage for this field is typically when using document generation and using this as an interactive field, or if you do auto PDF. But you can also, as we see, push this to Salesforce as rich text. And that's how it's done.